Hi folks, Jungle from Intel joining. How you doing?
Hi everyone. Um, Joe is not attending today, so I guess we have to sort things out ourselves.
Still missing Joe. Take it. That's what's going on.
Oh, hello, Paul. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Yes, Joe did send out an email sometime recently that he's not attending today.
Oh, so he's not attending today. Okay.
That's the way I read it.
Oh, I saw that he'd sent out an email, but I didn't see if he was attending or not. Okay. Tim,
All
are
right, go
you running it then, since you're kind of his proxy?
Wasn't really prepared to, Paul.
Uh,
Did Joe say he's not attending?
I'll look at the email that he sent.
Yeah, I would check.
Where is it? That's
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he said he's not coming.
Did Joe post any kind of agenda for today?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think there was an agenda. That the only, I mean, he did send this list of the discussion threads. He put them in a wiki. I'm going to go look at those. And then last week we had discussed provisioning and whether or not Redfish and SZTP should be on the same, should both be methods that we use to provision cards. If we should change some of the policies in the provisioning repo. I sent out an email to the list and I've not received any feedback there. So I don't know if, so
I can give some
I
feedback.
appreciate feedback there if people wanted to do that. Traditionally I have a conflict during the same time as the provisioning meeting happens on Tuesdays. That's been an issue for me in the past. I will see if I can't do it this week either.
Yeah, yes, I was asked about that too internally. If we can try and find some way to resolve this.
Simon, are you in those provisioning meetings?
No, I'm not. My colleague Julia asked me
Okay.
About it. If something could be done. She finds it a little frustrating that the meetings aren't more frequent. She feels it's impeding progress. So if we could find some way to address that, that would be great.
To me, it looks like the first one I could possibly attend would be the 20th of August.
Okay, but I wonder if maybe a different time slot could be agreed on. I don't think the meetings are particularly large.
Okay.
But I can also give you feedback on Redfish, which also comes from Julia. So the proposal made by Joe last week was essentially, as I understand it, to elevate Redfish to the same level of zero-touch provisioning as a first-class way to do provisioning within OPI, and that people would be able to use either or both. From our perspective, that's great. When I say our Red Hat's perspective, that's great. We basically see that Redfish addresses the provisioning issues that we would see within the scope of OPI in the data center, at least in the way that our customers, we would see them using them. We're fully on board with this. We don't see the zero-touch approach as solving the problems that our customers need, but we're happy for it to remain.
So you're happy for zero touch to remain for those that may have that issue, but you don't see it as the main issue. for provisioning.
But we don't see that as being our customers. We see our customers as being needs being met within the scope of OPI using Redfish.
Mm-hmm.
So is this what you're looking for, Paul? Some sort of a statement
is-
from the TSC?
I'm looking, actually, I was looking for the provisioning group to come back with a with an opinion to the proposal in air quotes that I made. So and that proposal is coming from the dev POC group, and Boris and Laura and I discussed it, and Boris was interested in elevating Redfish, but wasn't able to attend this meeting or the provisioning meeting. So I'm carrying his torch uphill as well.
So did you guys intend to present it at the provisioning working group meeting eventually?
That's just it. I'm usually not able to, and I can't next week. I might be able to on the 20th. And so
And Boris
the
can't
TS
either?
and say that again?
And Boris can't either?
I don't think so. I think he's got a conflict.
Does he have a standing conflict for that meeting?
I'd have to ask him.
Yeah, I mean, for a TSC, I think to formally adopt it, we'd have to have the POC working group make a statement about it to us.
Right. So what I will do is, right now I'm going to go to the, where is the team life cycle? And so I will send a Slack notification to Team Lifecycle that I have an email that I sent out with a proposal for Redfish and SCTP. I'd like them to review it. I'd like to, but the soonest I can be there to message it to them would be on the 20th, and would they be willing to discuss it then? And we'll see what happens from there. Does that seem like a process enough?
Yeah, that seems like the right flow to me.
Okay. Sounds good. All right, I will get that done.
And then Joe posted extensive notes on the code repo discussion around OpenVPN or EVPN, sorry.
Yeah.
Do we want to discuss that further today?
Yeah, this is John Griffin from Intel actually. So there was a few proposals in place. We're coming a little bit closer, I think, to kind of convergence, but still there is some, open questions around the exact kind of mechanism that we use. Basically, it's around the repo structure and whether, where we put plugins and how they're pulled into, the projects overall. Mark, I know you did a bit of research on this as well, I think. Not sure the best kind of course to kind of come to a resolution in this. Would it be, do you think, to call a meeting on it and try and come to a conclusion?
Yeah, I think we should, now that I'm not out sick. Yeah, I think we should. Sorry about missing the last one.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, there's a few people out on vacation actually, so I'd probably have to arrange it for definitely not this week. Might need me next week actually, but let me have a look at people's calendars and stuff. Are you on vacation over the next couple of weeks?
No, No,
No, okay.
my vacation won't be until sometime in September.
Okay. So let me try and schedule a bit of time with the kind of key stakeholders. As I say, it won't be this week or probably not next week, but we might be able to do the week after.
Yeah, end of summer vacations for a lot of people.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And so I would think that Demetrios, since he's the one who presented last time, would be one to be involved in that. Is that your intent?
Yeah. And Demetrius is the one that actually was on vacation. So
Okay.
yeah, Demetrius and Eric as well, who's kind of the maintainer of the repos as well as input. Yeah.
So who's going to organize the meeting, John?
I can organize it. Yeah, no problem.
Okay.
Yeah, and you should have my office email too, John. That way
I do.
it'll
Yeah,
pick
I saw
up.
that. Thanks, Mark.
It'll pick up better.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, let me send that. Thanks.
Yeah, so anyone who wants to attend that doesn't make the list, you should reach out to John, I think, and make sure you get included.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe post something on the Slack channel, John, so everybody can see it.
Yeah, sure, no problem. Yeah.
Okay, I guess I'll throw it open to any other topics that today's attendees want to throw out to discuss. I do have one question for you, Mark, since you're here, but and I know you're not prepared, but
I'm
just
sorry. Yeah, I keep going on mute because I keep coughing. So yeah, what's up?
things seem pretty quiet in the API group. Are you guys actually actively working on anything right now?
Well, if we would get some more attendance at the meetings, then we could probably be working on some stuff. But right now, I mean, we maybe get one or two people to come to the meetings lately. I think it's just the lull of maybe just the lull of the summer. I'm trying out some experiments related to this solution that we're trying to work out. The one John was talking about was how we want to do plugins, how we can pull things in together. I'm trying a couple of things that I actually proposed a couple options. One of them I didn't like as much, but I put it out there anyway. And then I'm also working on updating some of the bridges related to some of the changes that we're doing in the APIs. Other than that, I haven't seen any other contributions right now.
Yeah, same. I've been just kind of watching the Slack channel and not seeing much going on. So.
Yeah, we've got a couple things that just came in from Intel on OSPF and BGP updates. But again, those were things we already had discussed, so that were just being cleaned up.
Yeah, actually, we might be coming to you guys with some potential updates for cloud APIs.
Okay.
Yeah, during an implementation of those, we found some areas that we might enhance those.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and I've been playing around with one of the implementations on IPsec. I want to make sure I'm not overlapping with Stephen.
Yeah, no, with Steve Doyle. No, this actually is a little bit different. This is around the routing stuff. So I know
I'm not overlapping there, but I just want to make sure I'm not overlapping with anything Steven's doing because I'm trying out some things with a new API.
Okay. Yes, Steve is if you want to ping him directly, he's pretty responsive, I think.
Yeah, I did. I pinged him on Slack, but I'll send him an email too.
Okay. Is it modifications to the API, Mark, I think?
No, it's not modifications. I was actually working on the Strong Swan to see if I could get it to switch over and be kind of dynamically compiled like we were talking about with the EVPN.
Oh, I see. Okay. To pull that kind of mechanism forward to the Strong Swan stuff as well.
Yep. Yep.
Okay,
And I
okay.
didn't want to overlap if he's already working on updating that. Our tech mentioned that he may be working on updating that. So if we're overlapping, I don't want to step on anything he's doing.
Okay, let me. He's actually not sitting too far from me, so let me use SneakerNet to
Yeah,
make sure he's aware.
Yeah, I pinged him on Slack yesterday about it because our tech mentioned it to me because I found I did fix one issue that there was a namespace overlap in the IPsec.
Okay.
And I fixed that, and I've already put it out there into the API space, so that's all working. It's just now a matter of who wants to do, or how do we want to coordinate doing the updates to the Strong Swan.
Okay. Okay. Let me ping him.
Great. So to answer your question, Tim, it's pretty quiet on the API side.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, and Paul, do you have anything from POC group or from the outreach that you want to throw out to the group to remind us?
So from the outreach group, the things that we're working on is we've had several meetings with various potential new members, and we have 2 or 3 more scheduled. These are folks that have come to us from meeting us at one of the conferences we've gone to, or through work that the Linux Foundation business development team is doing. So nothing really, no news there. One of the last ones said that they didn't have money to join as a member, but they join and present some use cases to us. And so we're working on scheduling that. I need to schedule that with Joe in this meeting. I'm being vague because I don't want to mention names, because that's kept me from posting the videos from the outreach group, because we're talking about potential companies that aren't part of the group yet. Let's see what else.
Is Open Compute coming up in a month?
Yeah, Open Compute OCP conference is coming up. We had, I think I mentioned this last time, but we had 4 sessions that had been put in that were somewhat OPI related. And 3 of those were denied. So Alad had put in 1, I'd put in 2, and Mark from ARM put in 1. The one that Mark put in around confidential compute and its applicability to DPUs now and in the future is a session that was approved. So it sounds like I'll be doing here's what we've done in the group so far in OPI. Here are the use cases and solutions we have so far, and someone from ARM, can't remember his name off the top, will be presenting, and here's how those use cases could be extended if there was a confidential compute component on the DPUs. So it's kind of a what if, or a journey towards a next set of capabilities session. It's a real short 20-minute session, so it's not really a big deal there at the conference, but we did get a couple passes to the show. We are not able to use the space that the Linux Foundation had procured from the show floor. So we've asked both Intel and ARM if they have room for us in their booth to do kind of what we did last year at the ARM booth, where we had a monitor and showed some demos at that booth. But we've not heard back from either Intel or ARM yet. That's the OCP update.
Okay, thanks. And then we're pushing ahead with Bluefield 3 cards in the lab. Is that true?
I do believe that's true. I believe it's arrived. I also believe that we could be waiting for a GPU cable, an aux power cable, which has been bane of my existence every time I
Yes.
get one of these cards.
That's a
Um,
tradition.
Yes, it's something everyone on this project should go through at some point, is trying to figure out which GPU cable to plug into the bloody card in the server that they're using.
It's a common bane of existence with
Oh my God.
DPUs.
So it's a yes, we are I think that's the spot that we're in, waiting to figure out which one and that sort of thing. So yeah, it would be really nice if we could, as OPI, if we had the ability to release some of that information that we know, that is contained in Intel's documentation and Marvell's documentation, that we only get via NDAs. So it'd be nice if that were allowed to happen. So even something as simple as sharing, Intel in their documentation has a list of GPU cables that work with particular servers. It'd be nice to release that info somewhere to the wild, to the open.
I hear your appeal, Paul. I think we
Mhm.
discussed this before, like 6 months ago, though. And
Yep.
the conclusion was if the vendors don't make it public, we're sort of stuck. So that's where we're at.
Yep.
As a non-vendor, I don't know why they wouldn't make it public, but
Correct.
maybe there's something there I don't understand. Okay, well, thanks, Paul. I'll throw it open one more time here, or we'll close the meeting if nobody else has a topic. We still have 30 minutes left here. So somebody wants to broach something, you have plenty of time. Okay, well, I think we'll close the meeting. Thanks, everyone, for calling in today.
All right. I took some semblance of notes, and we'll post them to the wiki. So
Thanks, folks.
there'll be some notes there. All right.
All right, thanks, Paul.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.
Thank you.